Welcome to US Secret Agenda YouTube channel. Russia is going through tough times against NATO in the Black Sea and Ukraine. The turmoil in Ukraine lasted longer than the US and Russia expected. While Russia was trying to bring Ukraine down quickly by making a huge military investment in the region, Putin's plans were turned upside down with the US's influence in the region. European countries, which had been away from conflicts for a long time, took a position of war against the conflicts based on their borders. Serious conflicts in these cold days in the Northern Hemisphere also turned into a race of attrition. Warships belonging to the British and French Navy entered the Black Sea, putting the Russian Navy in difficult situations. Even if NATO and Russia start negotiations to guarantee non-enlargement and non-aggression, it seems that an agreement will not be reached after Russia's clear stance on this issue. Today, French warships and Ukrainian warships opened fire against the Russian Navy in the Black Sea. In addition, NATO has deployed tens of thousands of soldiers and nuclear warheads in Europe to a military base in Lithuania. It is also stated that hundreds of military equipment and weapons have been deployed to the region. And again, an American military reconnaissance aircraft, the Boeing RC-135W, with the call sign HOMER-39, flew very close to the borders of Russian airspace, raising tensions. We will examine the details of all the attacks in the Russian-NATO-US conflict shortly. It has been announced that the United States has recently carried out an intense military operation over the Crimea in the Black Sea. In a statement made by the Russian Defense Ministry, it was reported that the U.S. military warplanes threatened the Crimean airspace with strikes many times. However, since the USA seized the Crimean airspace under the auspices of Ukraine, it obtains the necessary permits from Ukraine. In addition, the first sign of the attack of the French warship in the Black Sea to Russia came from President Macron. In a phone call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky last week, President Emmanuel Macron confirmed France's determination to help Ukraine preserve its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Macron's remark came as the European Union warned Russia that it would face the consequences if it invaded Ukraine after massing troops on the border with its southwestern neighbor. Russia, on the other hand, will have a chance to escape the mounting pressure this month. The United States and Russia will hold much anticipated talks with rivals this week amid nuclear arms control and rising tensions over Ukraine, a White House official said on Monday. But looking at the conflicts in the region, what Presidents Putin and President Biden want seems too illusory to happen. As a result of Russian President Putin's latest moves, there are now much more Russian tanks, troops, navy and air forces on the Ukrainian border. After the so-called Russia withdrew 10,000 soldiers, it sent at least 3 times more troops to the region. In response to Putin's move, of course, NATO and the USA responded by deploying thousands of troops around Ukraine and dozens of warships in the Black Sea. Today, the French warship Auvergne fired northwest of the Crimean Peninsula, creating a new dangerous attempt near the Russian border. According to the Ukrainian Navy, the French frigate Auvergne conducted military attack exercises together with the ships of the Ukrainian Navy for sink Russian warships. It seems Ukraine, together with NATO, was getting harsh measures with offensive actions in the Black Sea, obviously directed against Russia. It is noteworthy that France decided to take such actions, despite knowing that this week it's meeting with representatives of NATO and Russian side on the issue of providing security guarantees will be discussed. NATO continues to play its game, intending to demonstrate its apparent superiority and put military pressure on Russia. It seems that such actions on the part of France will only lead to an aggravation of relations between the two parties. On the other hand, the U.S. Air Force constantly monitors Russian military activities near Crimea, but this is a dangerous undertaking for the U.S. considering that the U.S. military aircraft can be seen by the Russians with the naked eye. This morning, an American military reconnaissance aircraft Boeing RC-135W with the call sign HOMER-39 flew to the borders of Russian airspace at a distance of approximately 15 to 18 kilometers. The military board could be observed by residents of settlements located in the southern part of the peninsula, even with the naked eye. At the same time, the board ignored even a possible violation of the borders of Russian airspace, continuing its flight in the direction of the Kerch Strait. The purpose of the mission of the American military aircraft, which took off from the airbase in Crete, remains unknown. However, it is one of the most dangerous missions of the American Air Force in recent years. It is known that no violations of the borders of the Russian airspace were committed, although such attempts by the United States do not at all ensure the removal of tensions in relations between Russia and NATO. Meanwhile, NATO deployed tens of thousands of troops on the border with Russia and Belarus. Apparently, several tens of thousands of servicemen of the North Atlantic Alliance and hundreds of units of military equipment and weapons, and also including nuclear warheads, straighted to deploy against Russia. The deployment of a large NATO force grouping is planned in Lithuania. At the moment, a complex of barracks is being built on the territory of Lithuania for the subsequent deployment of NATO troops in this region. At the moment, the exact number of troops that are planned to be deployed on the territory of Lithuania remains unknown. However, the situation indicates that NATO is preparing for a very serious armed conflict with Russia. Experts, in turn, note that Russia's response will not be long in coming. It is likely that additional troops will be deployed on the territory of the Kaliningrad region, and part of the troops may also be deployed in neighboring Belarus. In a shocking development until last week to today, NATO refused to discuss its expansion with Russia. Within the framework of the upcoming meeting, it became known that the North Atlantic Alliance does not intend to discuss with Russia the issues of its further expansion and activities on the territory of the member states and allied countries. This was stated by President Joe Biden, stressing that the position of Russia on this issue is clear, but it does not at all correspond to the interests of the West. According to President Biden, within the framework of the upcoming meeting, negotiations are planned, and the American leader expressed interest in relieving tension between the two sides, but stressed that the issues of further NATO activities, including those near the Russian borders, are not subject to discussion. On the NATO issue you have raised, our position is completely obvious. Such decisions will have to be made by sovereign countries on their own. Of course, in consultation with the alliance and not the other side, said Joe Biden. Experts fear that the negotiations may end in vain. This will almost certainly lead to an extremely sharp increase in tensions between the alliance and Russia, which could force the Russian side to take unprecedented measures to protect its western borders. Together with NATO, also the Ukrainian armed forces deployed a large number of air defense systems less than 40 kilometers from the Russian border for the defense and attacks to Russian preparations. The Russian military and the Special Monitoring Mission of the OSCE recorded the transfer of Ukrainian air defense systems to the Russian borders. At the moment, at least 3 OSA anti-aircraft missile systems have been deployed to the area of the settlement of Gavka, which is under the control of the armed forces of Ukraine. As the data provided by the sources, at the moment, the transfer of 3 OSA anti-aircraft missile systems has been recorded, which are part of a separate anti-aircraft missile battery of the 79th Separate Air Assault Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. The complexes are deployed less than 40 kilometers from the Russian border. Moreover, in this section, in the airspace of Russia, civil aviation facilities regularly fly. This raises a number of questions as to whether the armed forces of Ukraine are preparing a serious attack. It seems President Macron's determination is behind the support of the French warships to Ukraine. Recent week, Macron said both presidents agreed on the need to relaunch talks under the four-way Normandy format, which involves Ukraine, Russia, France and Germany, and aimed, when talks began in 2014 on the sidelines of ceremonies to mark the anniversary of the D-Day landings, to resolve the conflict in eastern Ukraine, where Russia-backed separatists have been fighting Ukrainian forces. Macron's phone conversation with Zelensky came amid rising tensions in Eastern Europe following Russia's recent buildup of troops near the Ukrainian border. Following a meeting Friday with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz in Paris, Macron warned about the risk of self-fulfilling prophecies, following a U.S. intelligence assessment that Russia could be planning a multi-front offensive on Ukraine as early as next year. The Kremlin denies planning any attack. Scholz called for new four-way talks with Moscow to de-escalate tensions along Ukraine's border, while also making it clear that rules must be respected by everyone. "We will launch further activities to make sure that Ukraine has a good perspective," said Scholz, who was making his first official visit as chancellor. We have a good basis that needs to be revived, for example the talks in the Normandy format, he added. Russia on Friday said NATO should formally scrap a 2008 decision to open its door to Georgia and Ukraine, insisting that giving Moscow guarantees on halting the bloc's eastward expansion was in the West's fundamental interests. The Russian Foreign Ministry also demanded that NATO stop conducting military exercises close to Russia's borders and added that this and other security proposals would be unveiled in the near future. NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg immediately rejected Russia's demand. NATO's relationship with Ukraine is going to be decided by the 30 NATO allies and Ukraine, no one else, said Stoltenberg. We cannot accept that Russia is trying to re-establish a system where big powers like Russia have spheres of influence, where they can control or decide what other members can do. Earlier this week, Putin and US President Joe Biden held 2 hours of talks, with the Kremlin chief demanding that the West put in writing guarantees that Ukraine would not become a NATO launchpad. According to the White House, Biden and Putin agreed that their respective teams would follow up on the summit, underlining that the next U.S. move would be in close coordination with allies and partners. Zelensky on Friday welcomed Biden's involvement in trying to achieve peace in Ukraine's eastern Donbass region, but added he would not rule out holding direct talks with Putin to solve the issue.